Jason Melton, everybody.
All right, what's good? Give it up for Joe one more time, your host. What's good? I'll come over here so you can see me. I'm Jason. Thank you guys for clapping. And I love clapping, you know. You guys like it? Yeah. That guy loves it. I like clapping and laughing. That's why I got into stand-up. That was like that was my motivation. And I figured out too, when you do stand-up, there's two ways to get people to clap. The first one is I just asked for it, like Joe. And then you could also I'm not being funny, that's what he did. He asked for clapping. He knew what he meant. The other thing you could do is you could just say something everyone likes. That also works. Like, the first time I ever seen it, I seen a guy, he's on stage, he goes, "Fuck vegans." And I was like, yeah. I'm going to start clapping for him. I was like, that is a badass move, you know? I'm going to try that when I get on stage. So I get up there, I'm like, "Let's stop human trafficking." Crickets. Nobody clapped. God damn it, dude, another pro-slavery crowd. Why do people always book me for this one, you know? A little snort. Sam likes that, he speaks pig. It's a big snort, I'm not being rude. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the vegan thing. I was kind of bummed though, because when I was doing that show, I was a vegan at the time, so it felt like the whole crowd was just saying "fuck you" to me, you know? Like, I felt bad, and it was tough because I became a vegetarian, a vegan. I'm a vegetarian now, but I couldn't handle it, dude. But I became one when I was living in Indiana, and that was brutal because people in Indiana would just call me a pussy to my face, you know? They're like, "Oh, you don't eat meat, you bitch. What do you want to eat, you pussy, huh? Probably the cum of a guy or something. Because you're gay. For not eating meat." And it was rough. I just had to live with it, but I got annoyed when I realized one day, like, people who do eat meat, they draw a line. Like, they don't eat every kind of meat. That's what I found out. You know what I'm saying? Do you eat meat? Some, right? But I bet you don't eat horses, cats, and dogs, right? Like, sometimes. You're not being honest. Do you eat it? No, do you? You know why, right? Because you're a fucking pussy. That's right. Man up and eat a cat. Don't eat a cum of a guy. And never hug your kids. Roll all your emotions into anger. Or even the good ones. That's Indiana shit. What about a human baby? That's me. What if it's... Yeah, I know. I wish I could quit baby. It just tastes so good, you know? You ever had a baby? What if it was in like a really good sauce or something like that? It's like Anthony Bourdain's last sauce. It's once in a lifetime opportunity. I'll sweeten the deal. The baby is your least favorite race. I'm kidding. JK. Hey, there's only one race, the human race. Am I right, folks? That's what racists actually say. That's funny to say it. I grew up in Indiana, so I started drinking when I was like 14. I don't drink anymore. You can't, I backed over a few kids and they don't let you back in the bar after that. I'm just kidding, I didn't do that. But, you guys, anybody else start drinking young? Make some noise, huh? Yeah, that's right. How young were you?
12.
12, that's the shit. This guy's cool. It's good. No, it's good. You gotta start drinking young. People that aren't proud of it, but it's good. You gotta stop. You gotta pour that on your brain before it fully grows. You know? You won't become too smart. That's what happened to Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. He went to college when he was like 16. I'll tell you what, me and this guy, we'll never make a bomb, right? The math is too advanced. We can't handle it. We just gotta be cool forever. Yeah, Indiana. We used to, first time I ever drank, I stole booze from my mom. That's how we get started. And it was like the best ever. So we just do that. We'd steal booze from our parents, and then we'd drink it on a couch in the woods. And then somebody would light the couch on fire. And then we'd spend the next week looking for a new couch. That was like my whole high school life. And honestly, it is the most purpose I've ever had. It was like, I knew what I was getting into next. The good old days, they say. Don't you miss high school? Eventually, you can't get any more booze from your parents. It's all water and food coloring. And, you gotta do new tricks. Like if you get people to buy booze for you, like somebody's uncle will do it. I still laugh at this guy. It was like my friend Crackhead Tommy had this like uncle who. He came and bought his booze. 30-year-old guy riding up on a BMX bike. Right? Lots of tattoos before it was normal to have tattoos. He looked like Pete Davidson, except for real. And he bought us some vodka, or some Skull vodka. And it's made from skulls. He comes out and he says, "Look, if you guys tell anybody I bought you this, I'll murk you." And what makes me laugh is imagining us tattling on him, and then he comes back and has to kill a bunch of 14-year-olds. That's so funny to me. God damn it, I made a promise. Sorry. I'm going to kill all these kids. I remember we used to I'm from Northwest Indiana, so we go to Gary and hang out with my friend Adam McKnight, and we would do a Hey Mister. Have you ever heard of that? Hey Mister? What do you call it? Mr. Brister.
I lost my ID.
I think you're drunk. What is it? Mr. something? Mr. Mister, I lost my ID. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sorry for being rude. So, yeah, you ask a stranger to buy you booze, and you got to get a guy who, you can't get anybody because, people have morals. So you got to find a guy who looks like his life is falling apart. Bad life situation, and he'll buy you booze because, when he was a kid, he used to get strangers to buy him booze the same way, and now his life is awful, and he has no legacy, nothing just good in his life. So what he does is he buys kids booze, and then they grow up to become him. And that's how those guys have kids. So we did this in Gary one night, the murder capital of the country at the time. Back when Gary was on it, they felt like number 10 now. It's fucking bullshit. But Gary, I was the murder capital when I was a kid, and we get this guy to buy us booze, 40-year-old guy. And he comes out, 30-pack of Bush Ice was what it was. Bush Ice, we like that. It's got the ice built in. And he's like, I got the beer, but if I just give it to you in the parking lot, everyone will know I did something illegal. So you guys should just hop in the back of my car. And we're like, dude, you were so smart. Yeah, for sure. He got in his car and he handed it over. He's like, well, if I just give it to you, it's the same thing. You get out with the booze, everyone can tell what I did. So let me just drive you down the street a little. And we're like, oh my God, you think of everything. I don't want to get in trouble. So he backs out and he starts driving, and he gets really tense in the car, And I think you could tell it was tense. He broke the silence. He goes, "You boys been fucking tonight?" I'm 15. I'm not gonna have sex for another 30 years. I'm like, "No, sir." He's like, "Oh, we all smell like pussy." And then he just dropped us off. We were fine. And whoever he picked up next, they're dead for sure. Like that trial run went so good. And now I just gotta find some hot kids. They're dead. Thank you guys so much. Give it up. Jason Melton, everybody. Let him hear it.